Want to chat about the coronavirus, what I see, and it would be a great idea for you guys to check out my podcast I just had on today. It's very interesting. It's called Behind the Scenes of the Coronavirus, and it goes into a lot of different conspiracy speculations. I interviewed somebody on this. But I want to talk about what I see for the coronavirus. Number one, obviously everybody be safe, take precautions, always listen to your intuition. I do feel that the coronavirus was lab made. I do feel that it was implanted, and I go over a lot of this on my other podcast too. So make sure you go to Blog Talk Radio, punch in my name, Vicki Emanuel, and you'll see all my past podcasts I had on. One of the things that I do feel with this, that if you with any illness, it can get bad, right? But I don't even feel that this illness is as bad as a regular flu. But I do feel inhaling. So the things I tapped into my guides and asked, how to heal this, because it is hitting the lungs, is through essence oils. And the essence oils that I saw that would be really beneficial is frankincense, it's lemon. Those were the two that really come in strongly. All you have to do is put them in your house by diffusing them. You can also smell them. You rub them on your hands and smell them. I would definitely wipe myself off with them. And I actually created my own spray because of this. I have my own organic essence oil sprays that are available on my website, vickiemanuel.com or energyreader.com. But this is my sample one. It says Corona on here, but it's not Corona. It's actually named Fearless. I tapped into my guides. We came up with the creations. All you do is spray it around your energy field, and this will really help you. And the wonderful thing I love about this, not only will it protect you and help with illness and help with healing, the other thing that it does is makes you feel safe and grounded. And that's why I said fearless, because right now is an extreme time where a lot of people are buying into a lot of fear. And number one is turn off the TV. There's so much media, there's so much negativity right now that all of that vibration over and over and over again that is filling your home can put you in some fear, because all of that is energy, and energy that you're in every single day, 24 hours. We all know what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on. I'm not saying that you don't have to be in the loop, but when you cut down the fear, which is a lot of media, and I also want you guys, just to invite you guys to, take what feels right. So in other words, when people tell you things, when media tells you things, even me telling you things, what resonates with you? Because that's your truth. Not everything's always telling the truth. I will give you my feedback on this. Every single year around this time, I see this, where right before Easter, we get some kind of crazy virus or crazy flu, and the media feeds all this fear into us. And then what happens is there's a vaccination, or something really is going on behind the scenes. And I go over this more on my podcast today. And I do feel this is a huge cover-up. I'm not saying that there's not a virus, but I do believe the virus was implanted for all of us to look into something else. And I do feel there's all these things behind the scenes that are happening right now that the government doesn't want us to see. And this isn't just here in the United States, this is globally. And I know you guys will be watching this all over the world. This is globally. I do feel it's going to get to a point here in the United States, I think already in Italy, it's already where you're staying at home. I do see them implementing where more of us are going to be having to stay at home, and I do feel that they will probably make us quarantine at our house for 2 to 3 weeks. I do feel that's coming up. So I am advising people to get enough food. I don't necessarily know how the grocery store thing works. I do feel there will be curfews. I actually saw this 6 months ago happening, and I have it in my podcast, Dragon Years, What to Expect from 2020 to 2027. I just didn't necessarily know what it looked like. I knew that the school system would be changing. I knew the stock market would be taking a crap. I knew that there would be a lot of change with the currency, with the money, with the IRS, with the government. That's the whole other thing too. I'll kind of get into that here a little bit too. So I kind of knew that all this stuff was happening, and I talked about it on my Dragon Years podcast. I just didn't know what it looked like, and I seriously didn't even know how fast it would be, where it's like, boom, this virus of fear and everything just radiating out into the whole entire global world. I do know globally that after all of this is said and done, where I do feel it will blow over. Easter, I feel like most of it will blow over, but then it will continue to summer. Summer, of course, is going to be much easier. I do believe after it blows over that this is all a blessing in disguise. I will say our currency is definitely going to be changing. It's going to be coming to one coin. The way we work with money is going to be changing too. And knowing this is a good thing, it's not a bad thing. I mean, all paradigms of all the past are going to be shifting, and they're going to be changing. So this also means our currency, this means our school system. If you listen to me in the Dragon Years, I talked about how schools, I see them going back to kind of homeschooling and back to being family oriented or smaller schools. I don't know what this exactly looks like after this whole big scare and stuff, but I do know the school system will be changed. I do also know that the stock market, that's the other thing is the stock market. The thing about now, we are in Dragon Years. So from 2020 to 2027, you have to scratch all ways of all paradigms that we've been living pretty much all of our lives. This is a time of new awakening. This is a time of truth coming out. This is a time of extreme change. So the sooner the more you can get out of fear, and that's the biggest message I want to come on here is really get out of fear, ground yourself daily, meditate, do not get into the energy of fear. All energy is contagious, and right now there's a lot of fear energy out there. So stay away. Number one is cut the media off, cut any social media off too, right? You look on Facebook and there's a whole thing lit up on there. So make sure you take care of you, and whatever makes you feel safe right now, do it. As far as the stock market, I don't ever feel the stock market ever going up again. And it will be different companies going up, and I covered this also in the Dragon Years, because we are in extreme change. The big box stores that were really big in the past, I don't know if I can name names, but Coca-Cola's one, some other ones, like big box stores like that is what I'm seeing, are going to be going through tremendous change. I also see them crashing because they need a crash in order for a new paradigm to shift and come up to this new awakening that we are. And this is globally, this is universal. So this means the way we used to do everything with money. They're already talking about, taking away money, which I've been seeing this for a while. I see it going to one currency. And I say currency because I get a lot of questions on like, oh, is that Bitcoin? I don't think it's Bitcoin. Just tapping into it right now, I don't think it's Bitcoin, but it could be Bitcoin. Right now it's really popular with PayPal, with Venmo, with Apple Pay, and I feel like that's how I see the circulation with the money kind of happening, and we've already been moving toward that. It's just going to get more toward that. My question, is I don't know how, obviously we have to put money into the bank, right? So that's where the cash has been coming from, but I do feel we are going to be not using cash sooner than what people think. I actually feel by the end of this year, it's going to be a different currency. The other thing I want to go over is the government here in the United States. It's going to be totally changing. Washington, D.C. is going to be changing. The way we work is going to be changing, even states. And I kept on feeling about this, we have elections coming up, and I just don't feel they're going to be the same. What that means, I don't know, but I feel that Trump's going to stay the president, and maybe it's something to do with the coronavirus again. I think this coronavirus is a big excuse for all this stuff to happen, and there's a lot more going on worldwide behind the world. I do believe we'll be seeing the truth to everything. There's a lot of speculations about child trafficking and people going down with that, or people getting the virus from that, and there's a lot of different speculations. Whatever it is, I do feel the truth is going to be coming out. It's going to be emerging, and so really just be aware. That's my biggest thing, is just don't believe everything you say, especially media. Media loves to feed you what you want to hear, or it's control factic, and fear is always a control. The other thing is a vaccination and 5G. Vaccinations, yes, they're going to come out with a vaccination for sure. It's a $1 billion industry. They will come out with a vaccination. And, there's also speculation about mandatory vaccinations. I could see it going to that. There's no way I'll do mandatory vaccination, but I could see it going to that. And there again, I want you guys to really be aware of, back to what resonates with you, and don't buy into the fear tactic. And being sick is a $1 billion industry again. I saw a great post the other day. It said, who creates the disease has a pill for the disease, which is so true. So be aware of that. The other thing I'm trying to think of, I covered the government. Oh, the one thing also about the government, which I think will be interesting to see how this plays out, about USA, is after moving toward this election, it's really going to be changing. I even see states eventually pulling out and becoming more colonies, not necessarily how our states have been working. I mean, we already talked about, California's already talked about for a couple years now, dividing up north, south, and central. And I think this is going to be a great thing. So everything happening right now is actually a blessing in disguise. It's just so many people fear change just to begin with. And this is extreme change, and this is going to be changed really, really fast. I talk about manifesting all the time. Your thoughts, your words, your feelings are going to be manifesting so much faster. You think it, you feel it, you say it, boom, it comes into your life. And now we're seeing this. We're actually seeing this globally, like instantly. So my suggestion to you, number one, is get out of fear. Obviously, stay safe. I don't feel this flu is, I've asked about the coronavirus if people have had it, and the people that I know that have had it, or they think they've had the coronavirus, they said it was just kind of like being a cold or sickness. Not downplaying it at all, but I'm just saying, I really believe there's always, and I see this every single year, and this year I'm just shocked on how blown up it's gotten. And I see this, and there's something else that's going on behind the scenes. And so just be aware of that. When it also comes to psychic abilities, we are all going to become super, super, super intuitive. So those senses, those feelings inside you, those gut feelings, whatever you want to call it, they're going to become more intense. You're going to start having premonitions. You're going to start seeing things. So listen to them. Your intuition's always 100% right. Always. It's when your brain comes in and says, hey, we need to screw up with this. So listen to your intuition. The other thing is just to be aware that, energy is contagious. So stay wherever you feel awesome and be with supportive people. The other thing I see that this virus is going to do is divide people. And it's if you've heard of it too, it's a big awakening time right now. So awakening means evolving, having awareness. And some people are going to be, if you've already been doing the work and evolving, you're going to be like, wow, like just instantly evolving to this mass consciousness of amazing abundance and just wowness. If you are along the lines of, not along that level, I would really suggest you start doing the work to evolve and to heal yourself on however you need to do that. Definitely doing the soul work that you need. And the other thing I want to kind of put out there too, I want to make people aware of, those of you that aren't aware of, the 5G towers. I am so not for 5G towers. And all of you guys can do is Google on YouTube and you will see the 5G towers, and all of a sudden all these birds just die. Hundreds of birds just die the minute these 5G towers are in there. So make sure you do your investigation on that, because I do feel this could also have to do with the 5G towers. I do feel that we're going to be, quarantined in, and then I do see the internet kind of glitching, coming in and out, and then maybe going down all the way, and they're going to blame it on the coronavirus. The coronavirus is going to be a great excuse for everything. And just know that's exactly what it is, an excuse for everything. And when that happens, when things like start, blacking out, and we can't be aware, we can't contact each other, we can't, see things, other things are going on behind the scenes. And, one of my other things I keep seeing from my guides is these 5G towers. So I don't know if they're going to add more 5G towers because they're already out there, or if they're going to put cameras on there. I have no idea what they're going to do with the 5G towers, but it may come down to that, where the 5G towers. this could also be something that's going on. The bottom line is everything that I've been seeing, you definitely listen to my dragon years, do the work, you know, by investigating, looking yourself. But really, I just want to make everybody aware that just because somebody tells you something, even me right now, listen to what is your intuition, what's your gut, you know, what is your gut telling you, because it's going to be crystal clear. We're all becoming more intuitive, and this is a time of mass consciousness and all of us becoming back to one. Also, we're going to be more family oriented. I also see a lot of bartering going back and forth. You know, think about it. I think somebody just told me in Italy they had this where everybody's confined, right? And so they had a yoga person there, and he was doing yoga out in the lawn, and everybody was following in through the you know, the apartment. They had another person that was a DJ, and the DJ was going on and giving everybody music, and this is beautiful. So the beautiful thing about all of this is coming back together and giving to each other and having that compassion, you know, and please leave some toilet paper. Just gonna say it right now. This toilet paper thing, I don't get it. But you know, toilet paper, save some toilet paper for everybody. So would love to work with you more. Definitely go on my Facebook fan page. I do a lot of onlines there. I do a lot of readings, what's coming up weekly. I do a lot of information on there, and you can sign up for my newsletter, VickiEmanuel.com. I will also keep you guys updated and posted there. Listen to my dragon years. I'll have another radio show. I will continue having radio shows and updates on what I feel and what I am channeling on this virus. And everybody just stay safe. Please get out of fear and really just, you know, do what makes you feel safe. If it makes you feel safe being in your house all by yourself, then do it. Whatever makes you feel safe, but turn off the negative media. Can't stress this enough. You will feel amazing just by getting out of negativity. All right, everybody. Have a safe rest of your March, and I will see you guys soon.